Hello everyone, welcome to a special 2-week episode of Wehry Weekly History and Entertainment News. The 4th of July holiday is quickly approaching, but with many arts and entertainment venues still closed, this episode will focus on what one can still do during this patriotic holiday. Additionally, I'll be taking a look at the connection America's pastime, baseball, has with the city of Pittsfield. First, it's time for this week's trivia question, which will be answered at the end of the show. In keeping with the theme of baseball, this week's question is, which former Red Sox star and Baseball Hall of Famer began his career with the Pittsfield Red Sox? Now, for this week's local entertainment news headlines. As I previously discussed in WWHEN, the Pittsfield 4th of July parade has been canceled. PCTV is planning on working with the parade committee to air all archived parades possible. Visit their website for more information. The parade, which usually starts at South and East Housatonic Street and ends at Wahconah Park, has been run every year in some fashion since 1824. Last year, it was in trouble of not being held due to budget concerns, but parade organizers managed to pull it off. The annual Independence 5K run is also popular. It runs the length of the route before the actual parade begins. The race brings runners from across the country, from Maine to California. Last year, 933 runners took part. The winner was John Capobianco from Basking Ridge, New Jersey, who won it for the second consecutive year. Additionally, the tradition of Pittsfield fireworks at Mokona Park has also been canceled. I'll be discussing more about the Pittsfield Suns' future a little later in this episode. North Adams has also canceled its 4th of July festivities, along with all summer gatherings under social distancing regulations. This includes their fireworks after the North Adams Steeplecats games, who have canceled their entire season along with the rest of the New England Collegiate Baseball League. However, grounds to many arts and entertainment venues are still open. So, if you wanted to have a picnic for the 4th, you could still do that. However, it's a good idea to keep following social distancing guidelines and remain 6 feet apart and masked. Tanglewood in Lenox may have canceled its season, but it's taking the virtual route for music lovers everywhere. On June 15th, the Boston Symphony Orchestra and Tanglewood announced details of their online festival. Many of the artists planned to perform at Tanglewood will be recording concerts in their hometowns and then putting them up on Tanglewood's website. The content will range from archived BSO concerts to newly recorded recitals at the Tanglewood Lynn Center. Among the most anticipated events are the celebration honoring Beethoven's 250th birthday and the Best of Tanglewood on Parade, a recreation of Tanglewood's annual Gala, which will be hosted by James Taylor at a date to be determined. There will also be 3 weekly recorded series. Great performers in recital at Tanglewood on Saturday evenings, recitals from World Stage on Wednesday evenings, and BSO musicians in recital on Friday evenings. Additionally, the website will host various retrospective series on the history of Tanglewood and chamber concerts. The festival will run from July 3rd until August 23rd. The Tanglewood Virtual Festival is not free to the public. Prices begin at $5 to $12 for a single stream and range from $8 to $90 for multiple stream packages. Visit the website shown here for more information. Sports are a major part of summer, but with social distancing regulations in place, it's going to be hard to attend them. The Berkshire Eagles AllStars Gala, an annual event held to honor high school athletes, was in danger of being canceled due to COVID-19. The Berkshire Eagle then called in Emmy-winning video producer Jeffrey Ross to create a piece to honor Berkshire high school athletes. Many professional and Olympic athletes agreed to appear in the video as a surprise. The event was held on July 22nd and honored athletes from 11 different sports, including volleyball, basketball, cross country, soccer, football, and more. The keynote speaker of this year's gala was former MLB pitcher Jim Kaat. Kaat pitched in the professionals for 25 years and won an amazing 16 Golden Gloves for his defensive work. The event will continue to air on both PCTV Channel 1301 and CTSB TV Channel 1302. Make sure to visit both websites for future airings. In previous episodes of WWHEN, I've mentioned that the Futures League, which the Pittsfield Suns currently play in, was hoping to get their season started on July 1st. While the Futures League season is still up in the air, the Pittsfield Suns will not be a part of it. On June 20th, owner Jeff Goldklang sent a letter to the other 6 league owners and Commissioner Joe Palucci. It read in part, quote, "In March, our organization developed a logistical plan to reopen our parks, filled with safety measures recommended by experts. That list was extensive and contemplated the safety of our players, fans, and co-workers in the most complete way possible. Sadly, we have determined that we are unable to guarantee those measures." End quote. The Suns are the only team from the Futures League to cancel their season so far, but they do hope to return for 2021. In some positive Suns-related news, former Suns player Cade Cavalli made history on June 11th when he was selected by the Washington Nationals 22nd overall in the first round of the 2020 MLB Draft. Not only is Cavalli the highest drafted Pittsfield Suns alumni, he is also the first player from the Suns to go in the first round. Originally from Bixby, Oklahoma, Cavalli was first drafted by the Atlanta Braves in 2017, but chose not to sign, instead attending the University of Oklahoma, where he majored in communications. Prior to his freshman year, he played one summer for the Suns. There, he was mostly a third baseman and was named to the Futures League All-Star game. In his one season, he had 13 hits, 9 runs batted in, and 1 home run. At the University of Oklahoma, he became a utility player, retaining his third base position, but also pitching. In college, his career pitching record was 9 wins and 7 losses, with 114 strikeouts. He also had 62 hits, 10 home runs, 45 runs batted in, and a .234 batting average. Last year, he was voted to the All-Big 12 team as a utility player, and was also named to the Big 12 All-Academic team. He is going to be used solely as a pitcher for the Washington Nationals. Should there be a 2020 MLB season, he will likely start with the New York Penn League with the Auburn Doubledays. WWHEN wishes Cavalli success in his big league endeavors. Cavalli's old stadium, Wahconah Park, is the source for this week's history portion of WWHEN. Wahconah Park is one of the most famous stadiums for minor, collegiate, and independent baseball, and has been the feature of several books and articles. While baseball has been played at 105 Wahconah Street since 1892, the actual stadium was not built until 1919. Famed local architect Joseph MacArthur Vance helped construct the park. He also built the original Colonial Theater, Springside Park, and the Mahawi Theater, among other Berkshire institutions. The stadium was built with a wooden grandstand, which is still in place. and it is one of the last remaining stadiums to have one. The first team to play at the Wahconah Park were the Pittsfield Hillies, who played there for 11 years. All in all, 17 total teams have been associated with Wahconah Park. Among the most famous minor league teams were the Pittsfield Phillies, Pittsfield Red Sox, Pittsfield Cubs, Pittsfield Mets, who were the longest tenured team, and the Pittsfield Astros, who are to date the last minor league team. Since the Astros' departure, Wahconah Park has been home to a rotating list of independent teams and collegiate summer teams. These have included the Berkshire Black Bears, Pittsfield Dukes, Pittsfield Colonials, and the current team, the Pittsfield Suns. Whatever the team, whatever the league, Wahconah Park has usually been at or near the top of yearly attendance. Wahconah Park is more than just minor league baseball, however. Pittsfield High School has played its football games in the outfield. The former St. Joseph's High School did as well before its closing in 2017. It's also been home to some very special baseball games. For instance, on May 3, 2009, alumni from Williams College and Amherst College played a baseball game under 1859 rules. This was to commemorate the 150th anniversary of collegiate baseball. The event's popularity was helped in no small part due to Amherst graduate, former Red Sox owner, and Dalton native Dan Duquette, who helped organize the event. Wahconah Park was also the home of Gillette Carnival for many years. This popular touring carnival happens every summer in Pittsfield and was extremely popular at Wahconah Park back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Concluding our baseball-centered episode is this week's trivia question. As a reminder, the question was, which former Red Sox star and Baseball Hall of Famer began his career with the Pittsfield Red Sox? The answer is Carlton Fisk. He only played one season with the team, 1969. After that, he went on to a historic career with the Boston Red Sox and Chicago White Sox, where his jersey number has been retired by both. His total career statistics were 2,356 hits, 375 home runs, 1,330 runs batted in, 1 Gold Glove, and the 1972 American League Rookie of the Year. However, he may be best known for his home run in Game 6 of the 1975 World Series that ended what many baseball experts consider to be the greatest game of all time. With all those statistics, it is little wonder that Fisk was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2000. And to think, it all started right here in Pittsfield's own Wahconah Park. That ends Wehry Weekly History and Entertainment News. New episodes will be airing on Channel 1301 on both Pittsfield Community Television and Community Television of the Southern Burkes. Visit their respective websites for all viewing scheduled airings. I will be back in 2 weeks with more arts, entertainment, history, and trivia. Thank you, and have a happy 4th of July.